Metal Sharing Drink with Matt. Today I'm talking to heavy metal band Engraved. Have fun, guys. Under the influence.
Alrighty, there we go. G'day, mate.
G'day.
Hey, mate.
How you
How are
doing?
you? So
Yeah.
there's three of yous. Excellent. So are you a three-peat? Oh, the other one just ran off.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you
So,
Just three of us. The other guys still on the road. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this, guys. Appreciate it.
no, thank you
It's a
for
pleasure.
having us. Yeah, no, it's great. We always like doing stuff like this, so it's pretty cool.
Yep, excellent. Let's do a hello thing. I'm Matthew. I'm a punkaholic. Who are you guys?
Cool. We are Engraved. So Julio, vocalist. I'm Dan, guitarist. Will.
Bill, the bass
player.
We also have Andy, who's the other guitarist there, still making their way over to where we are in the Goldie from Brisbane, and Jake, our new drummer. So those two, they'll probably be joining soon, maybe, but for now it's just us.
Excellent. So you're from the Gold Coast?
We're from Sydney, New South. I'm from Brazil, and
Yeah.
the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I dug that with the name. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big name. And Andy as well is from Brazil. The other guys are from. Phil's from Brisbane.
Yeah.
And this guy's from Sydney.
Yeah, we've
And
kind of-
Jake's from the Northern Beaches. Yeah. They're from Northern
Yeah.
Beaches, Ben and Jake, the drummer.
yeah.
That must have been hard to do with the COVID.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, for a while there were a few hiccups, I guess you could say. But we were at a time where we were still trying to develop and produce and create music. So, most of us would work from home and make tracks and parts from home. So, it was easy to kind of work together in that sense. But when things started to open up again and we were actually able to play together, be present with each other, then we started to move forward quite quickly. But yeah, like over the last year and a bit, there's been like ups and downs, trying to make it all work. But at the moment, like we're currently on tour at the moment, which is amazing. So we
Yeah.
managed to
Excellent.
pull through all that shit and managed to exactly, yeah.
Yeah, mad. Okay, so I tried to find some music. Are you Gold Lives? Is that one of your songs?
Gold
Gold
lives,
Lives,
yeah.
That's what I thought. And then my wife was saying, no, it's Lives, dickhead. So that is you guys.
Yeah, one of our tracks that was on our first EP. Yeah,
Yeah.
the EP out at the moment, but Gold Lives. That one was, I think, the last song on the third song on the EP.
Song?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, man. Are you guys aware of the band fuck, I just forgot the name. Not Mortal Sin. Oh fuck, who cares? But you sound you sound a lot like these guys, and not a lot. That song reminded me of that other band that I can't fucking remember right now that I was thinking about 10 minutes ago. So we're Engraved. Where did that come from? Who thought of that?
Well, it's actually funny because coming out with that was like 3 drums ago. we were just like still just in jamming days. Nothing was ever serious, and we decided, fuck it, let's give ourselves a name, and we couldn't come up with anything. And then when we were rehearsing out in Weatherall Park in Sydney, the studio owner there at LA Studios, Stu is his name, and he goes, oh, all these bands always come through and they can't figure out a name. He goes, what I tell them to do is just go online and type in fonts, like fonts for like typing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one night we were just sitting there. It was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
something in a matter of 10 minutes. We've just been scrolling through.
Yeah,
and,
engraved.
yeah, we
Then-
saw like something engraved,
Yeah.
Latin, Roman, whatever the hell that stuff is. And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
why don't we just take that first word and we'll keep that? It was like not a lot of thought went into it, but we decided if we just keep something and stick to it, and then we make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, it just feels like it's us. So it's
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. No, it's a great name. I love it.
yeah.
Just got it into my head. That Gold Lives, that sound it reminded me of the Frozen Dobermans. I don't know if you've ever
Frozen.
heard of them.
Frozen dopamines.
Yeah, they're one of Australia's most prolific, if you ask me, in the 80s. Metal bands, as if you can, yeah, if like you can put them in a genre or something. But you guys, like, I closed my eyes and I thought, oh my God, this is so Frozen Diamonds. This is great. You know, it's someone's actually fucking in Australia. Like, because I've interviewed, I think about 10, mostly I interview punk bands, but I've interviewed about 10 heavy metal bands. And yeah, you guys are the first that I could actually put in a genre of a sound that I've heard before. Like I saw the Frozen Diamonds up on the Gold Coast at the Playroom with Motorhead.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I was on the toilet. Motorhead started. I was in the pisser, and the floor started fucking vibrating while I was doing a piss. And I'm thinking, oh, Motorhead are on. And I walked out there, and some fucking dickhead with a blonde flat top threw a bottle at Lemmy, a little stubby. And he goes, one more time and we're through. And the fuckwit did it again. And I got to see Motorhead play 3 songs. It was shattering, mate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the guy with the blonde flat top, he went home pretty sore, put it that way.
Yeah,
It
so,
was
so
like-
we should.
Yeah, it was funny because Lemmy said, boy, George is playing in Brisbane, dickhead. That's where you should be. And it was fucking funny. So this is probably a question for each of you. What made you become a muso? What gave you that fucking incentive, that passion to do what you're doing?
Yeah, my father was a musician too, and then he told me like almost everything I know today, like talking about guitars and guitars, piano techniques, and then I just felt like that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, you know. Just I feel I just love what I'm doing now, even though like, we're not famous yet, we're not getting thousands and thousands of dollars. I just happy to be here with the guys, you know, like
Yeah.
playing, passionate about, So that's the only thing I want to do. I say I want to do that for the rest of my life. So that's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
need to
that-
be.
Yeah. Just the passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
think following Julio, I share the same passion. It's definitely something that you don't do, you know, just for the sake of it. You know, there's a lot of things that go behind it. But that being said, you know, playing music, playing an instrument, you know, playing as a group, it's just there's an energy, you know, there's a connection, there's something that you guys all share. Especially when you're creating your own songs too, like you know, being up on stage now and playing songs that we've made as a band, it's like you asked me this like 5 years ago, it would have been completely surreal. But you gotta be really into it and really committed, I think, to really want to make it work. And you know, being in the band, this whole experience, you meet so many people along the way as well. Like for example, the tour we're on right now, you know, we've become really good mates with the guys in Disgust. I absolutely love those boys. You know, they're such awesome people. When like we're here on their tour, you know, and this is something that most bands don't get to do at our level, you know, so early on as well. Which is, I mean, there's a lot of good that's come from an experience like this, but it does take a bit of time and
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you've picked a genre that's really hard to pay off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like you've picked that genre. Same with punk as well as metal. It's a genre that a lot of hard work, as you know, a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears kind of thing. You've got to go through. If it pays, can you stop the dog drinking coffee, please? Precious was drinking the coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah. So you picked a genre that's very hard to pay off. But that's good. Like, you know, and that's what I think is so good about the punk and the metal scene is you're in there for the passion. You're not in there for the money because there's 80% chance
Yeah.
you're not going to be fucking making a lot of the shit. You know what I mean? That's the same with my show. I know, like, I got a comment once on one of my videos and I said, mate, you're not going to make a cent doing this. And I know I'm not going to make a cent. This show is solely to show the world, the country, bands that would never get a look in. You know what I mean? I know I'm not going to make fucking nothing out of it. Anyway, it's your interview. I'm talking. What was on the stereo when you were growing? Oh, actually, Mr. Man behind.
Yeah.
You haven't answered the last
mine,
question.
Yeah.
Mine was when I was a teenager, I was watching. I had a concussion and was laying on a couch, and "Girls, Girls, Girls" by Motley Crue came on. And being a teenager, I was like, "Fuck, I want to be like those guys." So that's why I picked up the bass. It was the easiest one.
But is it?
It's when he's playing along with us, yes, for him.
Yeah.
Last night we wasn't even going to plug in when we were playing.
I'm the only one that sweats.
Yeah.
No,
Excellent.
No.
Excellent.
No, but yeah, no, it's. But then, yeah, after starting it, yeah, just come to love it. Just being on stage for me. I hate recording. I hate everything else. I just love being on stage. I do everything for that one moment.
Yeah. It's an amazing feeling. Yeah, I totally. Why this genre? Why did you pick this sound, this genre to play? What?
I don't know, it just came about.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
We started off doing covers.
Yeah.
And when I first started jamming with them, they were just playing covers. But those covers were all those metalcore type bands. And I don't know, I think it's just off the influences of those bands like Killswitch Engage, Trivium, Bullet, Parkway. So I think it's kind of good that we're keeping our influences in our music until we start dropping, our own roots.
yes,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It was weird, like trying to figure it all out from the start. It's like most. I know this gets brought up a bit. Playing like the riffs like Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer and that kind of stuff. It makes you want to like really learn how to play really technical on the guitar.
Yeah.
And then when you start to play covers of like different bands, like we played some Foo Fighters songs, System of a Down songs, and then you start to realize what you like in the different parts of each band or influence or genre. And then you apply that to what you would see yourself playing. And I think that's where it comes down to. It's like what we see ourselves wanting to play. And that's pretty much what the first EP is. It's what we, that's where we're throwing back everything that we've taken in. Yeah. Like Innocent Minds, for example, that to me is a song that's got like 5 different bands influence on that kind of track, and
Excellent.
so there's like it's a bit of a story behind it, but with the new songs that we're going to be releasing in a couple months, that is completely engraved.
Different,
It's a whole different.
That's great. Yeah.
And
Really
it's
different.
one side of the spectrum from another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, understood. So where do you see Engraved in 5 years? Like still playing, obviously, but
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully no more pandemics to slow it down
Yeah.
again, that's for sure. But realistically, we would like to be maybe touring overseas, like a nice tour overseas somewhere, have a few decent lineups in some festivals, maybe here, for example. Maybe maybe a third album by that point.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be that, but yeah, like we do have those kind of goals that most bands do want to
yeah, yeah.
achieve. But ideally, I think the most important thing of it all is to keep together and stick
Mhm.
as a group and grow the friendship. Like
Yeah.
we're all like brothers now, so it's
Yeah. Make good connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. With people.
Yeah,
like to us now, it's not just a band; it's more of like a big family.
family. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And that's what it feels like, whenever something happens, like we're all celebrating ourselves, so it's
Oh, for sure. Sure. I remember seeing a interview with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the interviewer asked Anthony, who's your biggest influence? And he said, Flea, Chad. He mentioned his own band. He goes, these guys make me want to play music, want to do what I do, and I think that's with most bands, like you feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's a big thing. Like like joining a band and being with a bunch of guys and all having the same wants, the same beliefs, the same and listening to you, that's what I've worked out. You feed off each other, and that's great. That's what musicians should do. And yeah, going back to that Anthony interview, it was great to hear someone finally say that, as who's your influences? Well, my band.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I look up to.
Inspire each other.
Yeah, definitely. What is it about the genre that makes you so passionate? What is it that makes you want to do what you're doing, the sound that you're doing? What's the reasoning in that? Why aren't you playing the Wiggles sort of shit or
Be
something?
more diverse.
because it's fucking heavy and it means
Yeah.
we can like fucking dance around on stage. That's probably one
But
of
you
the
can
cool
also
things.
be as soft as
Yeah.
Yeah. We love breakdowns and stuff. Yeah.
For me, I think metalcore, it's got like a high intensity, and when you're playing it too, you feel it. It's not so much of a noise; it's more of the energy that you feel.
Yeah.
Like Julia said, the breakdowns.
Yeah. And like the clean chorus and
and
beautiful lyrics. Yeah.
like what he
Deep
can
lyrics.
do
Yeah.
with his voice, for example. Yeah, so like we're actually discussing this the other night, because a lot of bands get limited to their sound based on what the vocalist can actually do. But whereas we got Julio here, for example, he can sing so beautifully, and also he's got like the deadliest growls, so that it's able to balance out two different kinds of styles of metal now for us. And yeah, that's how we're flowing with our writing, go along with his voice, and
Yeah, sure.
yeah, it creates something else like for us to then do on stage. Like he's aggressive. He's aggressive growls, and we feel that on the stage. And like you'll probably see in a video I'll put on the social media or in the coming weeks or something of us like dancing around up on stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I think we picked metal. Phil more so, like what he said before, just being on stage, but he dances harder than anyone. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I interviewed a band about a month ago called Spitting Teeth, and it was a female vocalist. She looked like a librarian kind of thing, and then I listened to some of her music, and she's like, it was so hardcore, and I said, how is it like in the metal industry, in the metal thing, how is it being a female vocalist? How did you find it getting into that? And she goes, well, when she first started, it was no clit in the pit kind of thing. It was like it wasn't a female sort of thing, you know. It was a male thing. Do you have influences of female metal bands
I like
that
Ginger.
know that give?
Yeah.
And can you name any?
There's a new metalcore band called Spirit Box too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're getting
excellent.
pretty big in the scene as well.
What
Making
are
good
they?
sound.
Girl bands that female front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last Martyr.
yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. Not that I've ever actually gotten into
Yeah.
it. It's not because I don't like it. It's probably because I just haven't like.
There's not much of it.
Yeah, but like female vocalists. Like I mean, I'm a huge fan of Lady Gaga, so just throwing that out there. But I mean, we actually at the end of no, sorry, in the middle of October, we're playing a show with a band called Bitch Left to Burn. They're based in Sydney as well.
Yeah,
And they've got a female vocalist, and she's
amazing.
Yeah, she's got really nice pipes on her. Like she's really got a good voice for singing, but
And
also
screaming too.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
power.
Excellent. So, is there a genre of music that you hate that you can't listen to?
Mm.
Yeah, sort of. Like I don't know. I wouldn't say. No, I don't mind. See, like I actually quite like
Yeah.
just about most genres. Like I like the pop, the old school
Yeah.
R&B. And sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's a few good country songs on there. So there's quite a bit of good stuff out there. But I feel like the modern kind of sound of rap, for example, these days, I feel like there's not much
Yeah.
like creativity.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I
kinda
can't see
listen-
myself listening to it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
downloading the songs and
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The slow rap.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
You've got to admit there are gems in every genre. Like there are, so like as you were saying, the R&B, the rap kind of thing. Like I'm not, I hate it, but my daughter got me listening to Machine Gun Kelly, his rap side of things, and I thought, well, you know, I actually liked a few of his shit, you know, and Little Peep, I kind of thought, yeah, you know, I actually liked a few of his songs, but that genre pisses me the fuck off. I fucking hate it. It's just take 10 Xanax and stand in front of a microphone and just slur. You know what I mean? It's not that entertaining, if you ask me. What's the favorite gig you guys have been to, or individually you've been to? What is that you've been to?
You guys have to think this one first. I've got a list in my mind right now.
I miss the old sound waves.
Yeah, camera is pretty cool.
Mm.
But you Jules? I think.
Yeah.
I can remember one in particular. Watching Slipknot play in I think it was 2017 or 16. They came and did a show at Kudos Bank. I think that was only the second time I've ever seen them at that point, and man, that was insane mosh pit in that I can't even remember who opened for them, but when Slipknot came on that night, it was just mosh was mental. And yeah, it was fun just getting drunk and running around in that pit. But there's that, and then I don't know what have you guys got on that. I can't really.
Yeah.
There's the bands that have come out. They've done like awesome sets, but that one always sits in my mind because I remember when I was with actually went into the pit. It was his first time in any pit. And we were meant to meet at one spot. We said, all right, after this song, we'll come back. I've come in with the song, but I came out of the pit. I'm waiting in the spot where we're meant to meet after that set, after that song. And he's come running out of the pit, bloody nose, and some guys smashed him with an elbow. And he's like, that was fucking awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. The wall of death.
Yeah. Oh. What about you? I thought you would have said maybe Guns N' Roses or something.
I think I really like the little venues. Like, I love going to see my favorite bands, but also like going to local gigs where they're packed into a tiny room. I think the best, my most favorite gig I ever went to was like underneath a house in Cairns.
Wow.
And they had these bands playing under there. And yeah, it was like 200 people jammed and packed like shoulder to shoulder. Like some chick's hair got lit on fire. Like it was just mayhem.
So you.
They're great memories, hey. They're excellent memories when you go to something like that. That just fucking sticks in your mind forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was 11. I actually no, I was about 7, and like my dad was an alcoholic, so he liked going and seeing bands because he got to drink, and my mother loved music. So we went to a family day, I think it was 1976, and it was in Sydney Harbour, and it was John Paul Young, the Ted Murray Gang, and Bon Scott's AC/DC. And like, as I said, I was 7, and that gig with AC/DC has always stuck in my mind. It was amazing. It was like on the Sydney Harbour, but they had a raft on the harbour, and they had a boat that took the band out to the stage.
Yeah.
So it's like a platform on the water, is it? Or
Yeah, like a jetty.
Yeah,
right,
it was like a raft out on Sydney Harbour, and the boat had to take the band out to the raft. It was a family day. I think it was maybe Channel 7 Family Day or something.
Yeah.
But like it is fan and yeah, that things like that, like that is stuck in my mind. And I was only a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And when I was 10, I saw Kiss in 1980, which was another thing that, like, my sister was out in the crowd at the front of the stage. I had to sit there next door to my mother with earphones in my head because I was this little 10-year-old boy. But that was another thing. I remember Gene Simmons trying to fly across the stage, and he got stuck halfway, and they had to get this bloke with a ladder to get Gene Simmons back down. Anyway, this is not about me. The worst gig you've ever been to, a gig that you've like gone, fuck it, why did I pay that money? Why did I do this? Like, this was shit. Have you had one of those experiences?
Engraved in Melbourne.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
No.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know enough. I can't think of one.
Yeah, I always find a way to try and enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. There was probably one time that I was watching a set at a festival, and I'm like, that was a bit like cringe. This guy, I think it was All Time Low, and the guitarist, I remember just like after every song, just kept getting on the mic and being like, "How many girls out there want to suck my dick?" And it's like, come on, like we're all trying to watch it. Kids around.
Yeah.
Huh? Is that what I do?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a bad gig or anything, but there's a few things that you do see on stage and it's like, come on. But,
Yeah.
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 Most bands I've gone to see, like they've just killed it. You know, Trivium, for example, like it's been
Even when they haven't a shop, they still pull through.
yeah.
Mm. As my editor just said, it's a hard question because you, as a musician, as a band, you really don't want to name names, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I mean, it'll be on YouTube somewhere anyway. So.
Well, for me, I went to a punk picnic in Sydney at the across the road from the Lansdowne Hotel. It was a punk picnic. This is in 87 or something, 86. And Racktap played. And they just annihilated, destroyed, and fucked up my whole day when they played. It was just like, I was really enjoying myself. And these fucking arseholes. And then these fuckwits came up on stage and played.
It's just, yeah.
It was just one guy sitting on the table.
Oh, yeah. Actually, 2 times in Melbourne. Now that I think about it.
The second one.
Yeah, the second one we had more.
But that's the hardest thing, being a new band.
Yeah.
Trying to get yourself out there, basically, especially when you go to a city where no one's from.
Yeah.
And you're just relying on advertising. Where that's hard these days.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I've spoken to bands and they said that I don't know who promoted this gig, but we're a thrash punk metal band and we were playing for an audience that were wearing fucking cowboy hats and boots. And it was just, you know, like no matter how hard they tried, it was just like, oh, the people like talking the whole way through the set.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know, it was just like backup music to them. Do you think that this is the genre that you were made for, that you were born for? Or do you think you could play like rock or even putting in a time space as punk? Do you think, is this what you're here for, to play this sort of music? Or do you know, when you, what do you listen to? Like, is it always just metal or like
For me,
for all of you? What do you think?
I'm very like I'm listening to a lot of types of rock. Like
Yeah.
like I said, if in the future someone comes to me and is like, oh, let's start like a Motley Crue style band, I was like, yeah, why not? So I'm all keen to play from like Jimi Hendrix to like Dragon Force, because I'm not stick to just one side. At least for me personally, I don't stick with only one style. I like to listen lots of them, but bands that I like it from those type of styles, of course, and also gives me more influence and inspiration for writing new stuff, and then just be like a bit different and not be strict as the same. At least this is how it works for me.
Yeah.
For me, this is like prime kind of position for me. Like this is the shit I'm meant to do. Like this is my yeah. I'm gonna succeed. Something to do with music. Yeah. If I'm to play music, this is where it is. You know, it's like this kind of genre, this kind of environment. You know, being in a band, passionately creating, performing, constructing music. That's what I'm here to do. But then on the other side, I love all kinds of other shit as well. Like Jules and I are starting up a little fun cover band playing like 80s hits, you know. Just stuff to break up the serious side of music. Something to make
Balance.
balance, you know, between something that's really serious and then something that's a bit of fun, you know. Balance it out, you know, bit of fun. Make it fun a bit.
Yeah. Sorry, I just threw something at my daughter. Keep going. Ah, she threw it back.
Or you
Oh, no more.
Yeah, no, me, this is the stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
Basically it. I just love being on stage. I played in many different types of metal bands, like rock bands, you know, death metal. Like I just love it all. Just love playing on stage.
Yeah. I'm the same too. I like hard rock, I like rock, any type of metal. But my favorite style, my favorite genre is metalcore. Yeah. I think like I love to play on the stage, I would say metalcore. Because I like the feeling of breakdowns and everything. And then the chorus comes. My favorite style.
Yeah.
But I listen to country music too. I listen to almost any genre, yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Mm.
Yeah, I think for me, it was weird. Like when I first started the band, I didn't really have a set genre or we should be playing or whatnot. It was just a matter of just like see what we could work with. Because I didn't want to just like jam. I wanted to actually see the band. We could make some songs and then our songs would go on a platform and who knows what could happen. That was the goal from the start, was to get the song on Spotify. That to me was a life achievement. And then in order to achieve that, you've got to find what you can like share with everyone else. So you start playing different styles. Like the very first set we played had like Foo Fighters in it and Green Day. Like all songs that like bands that I still love and play if I could. But then as you meet more people and they start to show you more styles and songs, you things from a band that but they have a different sound as well. And that's what you pick up, and then you start to play that stuff, and then it's like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm finding this more enjoyable to play. Maybe we should go down this direction, and that's where the direction of Engraved is now. So, like fast. For me, particularly, it's like those fast, really nice, clean cut notes. Like the choruses are very melodic. Like in Gold Bars, for example, when it gets to the chorus, like that guitar riff, that's very kind of catchy. You can sing along to it. Also, Julio's got that, roaring forward. And then even when it gets to the bridge in the song, or is it the bridge, and then like you got the two guitars just doing light harmonies. There's a little stuff that we started to find was common with our writing too. So you find what's fun as well, and that's what pushes you into the direction of
Definitely. That's okay. So I'm wondering if this is going to have different answers, but okay, I've got a song list on my phone that I play. Each one of you guys, what's on your song list at the moment? What do you, when you plug your phone in or your stereo or whatever, what are you playing? What's on your song list?
I think I'd have the most diverse.
No,
maybe Julian's.
I'm taking that one.
Really?
I know I'm taking that one.
Really? I have lots of different shit.
Yeah.
I think we all.
Yeah, exact. Yeah.
I have from samba to reggaeton to like black music to like metal, like punk, everything. Like
I've got like Pink Floyd, Katy Perry, Enrique, Slipknot, all in the same playlist.
yeah. I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Like I have from like bands like Blink-182, Hammerfall, like Stratovarius, like these
Wow.
type of things. But and then after you start listening to like Tupac
Yeah.
out of
That's
nowhere.
so true, yeah.
So,
But believe it or not, I actually feel like it does help when you're writing music too, having a completely different genre there. Like in one of the new songs that we have that we're going to be releasing on the EP, there's this outro part in one of the breakdowns, and I got like the tempo and the idea and the melody from that from an R&B song. But you would never obviously think it's from an R&B song because it's like turned into metal. But like the idea came from after, oh, like this is a cool idea for a change in the end of the song, maybe for a metal song. So then, it is. So, yeah, it does actually help when you have different styles of it.
Definitely.
Only Motley Crue and fucking
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
okay.
got the beat.
You know,
yeah.
when I ask this question to every interview, I've always gotten Motley Crue as one of the songs on the fucking. I've always, it's everyone, even the punk bands that I've interviewed have always put Motley Crue as one of the bands on their song list.
One of the greats.
They are. I don't know if it was you guys that I asked.
Kid Rock's better, but
They don't have as much of an impact. It was a different era.
yeah, I know. But not any band in the world beats Skill Panther. That's the best band in the world.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so for you two guys that just arrived, you got to put a. I have to ask this. Sorry, the rest of you, but you got to put a 5-band gig together. Who'd be the 5 bands, living or dead? Who would be the 5 bands?
But then you take my top 5 bands, I would say, but if I would choose
Sepultura for love.
Sepultura, that's for sure. That like Sepultura for sure. And to me, if I was gonna build a festival with my 5 favorite bands, it would be Sepultura, Way for sure. Sepultura and Sepultura. Black Label Society. There is a Japanese band called Jirugamash. That I would definitely put it on.
They're the guys that dress up in the fucking
Samurai suits.
No,
Yeah,
the
shit.
one is they dress normal. The one who dress
Okay.
like the older, it's like it's this band called Versailles. It's a different one. So it's Jirugamash is one of our put. There is a band from Finland called Korpiklani. They are a folk metal band. Way for sure that is gonna be on. And for the last one, I would say I would put something like if the guy was alive, I would choose Linkin Park. But for the original of being the members, I would say something like Queen. No, of the band, Limp Bizkit.
Michael
Because
Jackson.
they're still playing. Yeah. But like Limp Bizkit. But like if the Chesto alive, I would pick Linkin Park to be on the same festival.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna put.
I don't care. One band we play, another play.
I'll go straight to the point. Okay. Tool.
Do you guys like punk music?
I love punk.
Yeah.
I
No, it's just.
My first band was a punk band.
I just want to know. I've been in punk music since '83, I think, and I've always felt that there's no difference between punk and metal. Really, maybe in the death metal, the kind of shit, but in normal metal and not pop metal like Poison, Motley Crue, and all that sort of shit. but in metal and punk, I've like, as a person wearing a mohawk, I love seeing Metallica live, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna pass out in about an hour.
Almost it, mate. Almost it.
No, you guys have been fucking excellent, man. Oh, thank you so much. This has been a real fucking different feel.
Heaps different, but more relaxed.
Yeah. The first band I ever interviewed. Yeah. No. The first band I ever interviewed was Marstonate and the Reprobates from Canada. And the interview went for 4.5 hours.
Oh,
My
wow.
editor had to bring that down to 1.5 hours. Like, we were talking the difference between football, politics. Like, it was a fucking insane interview. It went for 4.5 fucking hours. And this is that kind of feel that I'm feeling now, and I'm enjoying the whole fucking lot. I hope you guys are enjoying this. And
Good, yeah.
and as I've mentioned over and over again, don't worry about it. It's going to be a great interview. Jeff always knows when to cut me out. He is like, yeah, we
appreciate the invitation.
So
Episode 2.
if you got the chance, if you ever had the chance, would you play punk?
Well, one of our new songs, it's got a few punk aspects in it.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
It's not like
very
old school punk, but
Yeah.
like more like the
Modern.
Green Day type. Yeah,
Like the early 2000s.
yeah, punk. So,
Yeah.
So we do, yeah.
That's when punk started up again in Australia, I think, the early 2000s. The 1990s were pathetic. Punk in Australia was pathetic in the 1990s. The 80s was the best decade, the late 70s, fucking amazing. But the 1990s, in my opinion, was shit.
Yeah.
You had fucking Grinspoon. They did like 3 good songs. Toe to Toe. You had like how is it? How does it? How is it being a metal band in Australia, getting into the scene? Is there much flack? Is it hard? Do you like?
It is hard.
Australians don't appreciate live entertainment.
No.
They don't.
So
I
picky.
totally agree.
They're very picky. Aussies are picky. You know, you go to Brazil, everyone loves metal.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. I think.
Oh, yeah,
You know, we're the black sheep among the herd. You know.
But that could change
Definitely.
with the grand final.
Definitely.
With Parkway opening up the grand final if they play some old
I
stuff.
love them to just.
It wasn't that great.
Single and then just passed out like Romance and Devils.
Oh, man.
Why the hell would you do that? Why can't you do that? Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
But I think once like someone actually like sees it live and see how much of a fucking amazing set the heavy metal show is, it really changed their opinion.
They should put a crowd on the field in front of them.
Like a lot of people hear it and go, "Oh, it's screaming," or that, like
Like
screaming. Yeah, it is that kind of vibe. But like, if you actually listen to some of the shit they can play, like on the guitars or the way the songs are composed, structures, it's not your fucking 4/4 C A G every fucking pop song like ever. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's creativity in the actual song, like just parts of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, when you see it live, like that's yeah, I think what Phil said is true. I think it's gonna be good. What they're doing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They play one of their old songs. I mean, they'll probably have to cut it halfway through because they'll be like, "You guys, the roof is the fucking stadium roof off."
Talking all that we could do. Share some laughs over the past and finding out what's new. Yes, if I could, you know I would keep hanging out with you.